Hey guys, Kaioken Kuwabara's here, and we're here with our first deck profile, so I'm going to show off my Son Goku deck. So this is a mono blue deck, it's got a little black splash at the end, I'll get to that near the end of the deck. And I got them all in energy cost order, so we'll start off with the leader here. So Son Goku on this side, read his effect. You only place up to 6 energy, that's his permanent on both sides, so that's the kind of nerf to this card. Place 1 card from your hand to the drop area. If you have no energy, choose 2 cards in your life and add them to your energy. So, amazing effect. So, usually with this card you want to go first turn. If you go first turn you do have a huge advantage because you're up by 2 energy and your opponent won't have any until obviously their turn. So that's really the only good effect you get on his non-awakened side. So you want to get awakened as fast as possible to utilize his other effect. So on his other side here we got Heightened Evolution Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. Same permanent, you can only have up to 6 energy. At the end of the turn you choose up to 3 of your energy and switch them back to active mode. So that's insane. So with a lot of these decks comboing, not comboing, sorry, with negates and stuff. You got your Whis Coercions in this deck, you got Mafuba. You want to go all out that turn before, but you're scared of not having the negates ready. This completely helps you with that. So you can spam as much as you want, use all your energy. You're always going to get 3 back at the end of the turn. And when you swing with this card, he draws 1 card. So pretty normal with most leaders. And yeah, he's got some really cool artwork as well too. So this is the foil version. I think we pulled that in our first Crossworlds video. So yeah, perfect. So I'm going to get on to the parts of the deck now. So this is your main card you want first hand. So it is 4 copies of Kind Saiyan Son Goku. So when you play this card, look at the top 7 cards of your deck and choose 1 blue Goku, add it to your hand. So incredibly good because the engine we run in this deck is the Ultra Instinct engine. So I aggressively mulligan for those cards first turn. So I want to get at least 1 or 2 in my hands, 2 preferably, just so I can play 2 right off the bat because of the leader's energy. So run 3 energy boosted boos. So with that you just draw a card, very simple. Perfect to have in the deck, especially if you can't get 2 Gokus first turn. You can get 1 Goku, 1 Boo, draw another card, that's also really good as well. Okay, we also run 3 copies of Majin Defier West Supreme Kai. So, another thing, turn 1, if you do happen to pull 2 blue energy, which most likely you will, you can play her down and that adds more pressure. So, that's another thing that they want to pop on your field. This does have barrier, so as long as you're not tapping it for energy yet, your opponent can't do anything about this card. So this card works as an energy. All you do is tap it and you have an energy. So if you play this down first turn, you have 3 energy when your opponent hasn't even put down 1 yet. So that is pretty crazy. So that is another alternative to go if you do not have any Kind Son Gokus in your first hand. So we got a super combo card here. So you could either use this one or you can use Boost Attack Piccolo. I prefer this one to be honest. It saved me a few times. So when you play this, you combo with this card. If your leader card's blue, your life's at 4 or less, you get to pop one of your opponent's combo pieces back to their hand. You can choose to do that, so you don't have to do that. If they don't have any combo pieces in their hand, you draw 1 card. So you can say they only put 1 down, you can pop it back and draw 1, or that works on the defensive. If you're on the offensive, you're going to get that draw automatically every time because you're the first one to combo, so they obviously can't have anything in their combo area. So I run that at 4, obviously just like every super combo you should run at 4, no matter what the deck is. Now, splash 2 of these Vegetas in the deck. So if all your energy is blue, he only costs 2 energy. So Comrades combined Vegeta, 20k, so 20k for 2 energy is pretty good. So I played him a few times, especially another thing, if I couldn't find the Kind Saiyan, I went right for the Vegeta. And also run 3 free Huns in this deck, so the Raging Spirit Son Gohan, you combo with this card, and after the battle, he gets put on the field in rest mode. So that is just really good to have, just to keep more bodies on your board. And it's 15k, so they'll probably try to target it and pop it, which is good for you. They'll try to stay off of your Kind Saiyans or the other stuff that we have in the deck that we'll come to after. So, another card for the deck is 3 Rebirths of Justice. So, what this card does is choose up to 1 blue battle card in your hand with 5 or less, and you get to play it, and you get to bring one of your opponent's battle cards and return it to their hand. So, there's a few targets for this card, and they'll come right up after this, but it's really good. Say they got some card on the field that's just a beat stick and you want to get rid of it, boom, goes back in their hand. Or like one of my friends plays the Android decks and he has the Cell out, I can just pop that back to his hand, that Cell becomes useless. So run 3 of those. And here's the boy of the deck. This is the good stuff. So Rapid Onslaught, run those at 4. That card is a little pricey. It can range anywhere from $38 to $50 here in Canada. I'm not sure about America, but it's because it was a Dash Pack 2, so they are pretty limited. But the auto with this card is when you play this card, you may choose 1 card in your life and it gains critical. So it's Self-Awakening, and Self-Awakening in this deck is crucial when you're already at 6 life. You pull one, you're at 5. You have 2 of these guys on the field. That brings you down to 4 if you use his effect. It only comes out when he's played, so you do need to play 2 separate ones, not like an every turn thing. And you can swing, and that's a double strike critical, so they either have to combo against it, waste cards in their hand, or just take the double strike critical, which most times they will, especially if it's early game. But running 4 of those, I run 2 Furious Rush Super Saiyans 3 Gokus. They're dual attack, and then you draw 1. So I've been thinking of running the other Super Saiyan 3 from the starter deck that you can evolve onto another card. But I still like this one because you do get the free draw. The other one is double strike, and if you evolve it into that card, it gains dual attack. But I think the draw is more crucial in this deck because you kind of don't want to be pulling this out. I usually pull this out with Rebirth of Justice if I really have to. I can't get any onslaughts. But you obviously, Onslaught's the first thing you want to go to. And the last thing with Rebirth of Justice here is returning Evil Golden Frieza. So, he's double strike, and his auto is, when you play this card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and place it at the bottom of their deck, and I just got to return 1 card on my field to my hand. So, with Rebirth of Justice, you pop 1 card back to their hand, you play Frieza, say pop maybe a Boo back to your hand, and then you get the draw after next turn, which is perfect. And the Frieza gets to pop something to the bottom of their deck, which is really good. Unless they have any cards that search, then make you shuffle their deck. That card's stuck at the bottom of their deck and becomes useless. Okay. And then here is the Ultra Instinct engine. So pulled 2 special rares there, and then the 2 super rares. But this is the thing you want to get out. So triple strike, permanent when your opponent cannot combo against this card, so they can only negate. So if they can't negate, that's a triple strike going right to their face. When a card evolves into this card, return all of your opponent's battle cards to the owner's hand. So that's also another really good thing about this card, is it ignores barrier basically. So since it doesn't target specific cards, it just bounces everything back. Everything goes back to their hand. Every battle card, so not their energy, but still insanely good. That's what you want to get out in the deck. Here's a little extra thing I keep in the deck, is Kaioken Son Goku. So this evolves onto a 7 or higher Goku, so that'd be the Ultra Instinct. You got double strike, when you evolve into this card for the duration turn, you cannot lose the game and your opponent cannot win the game. So, his active main is why he has that auto ability. Choose 2 cards in your life, add it to your hand, then switch this card back to active mode. So, I can keep drawing life until I'm at 0, but it has to be in increments of 2. If I have 3, I can only do it once. It has to be 2 at a time because it's not up to 2. And I can switch it back to active mode and just keep swinging on my opponent for 35k. There's a little combo I'll show you at the end here after I reveal the cards that I like to do with the Ultra Instinct and the Kaioken Sengoku, and I'll show you how this deck runs as well too. But so we're getting into black cards now. So Time Patrol Trunks, I run 2 of them. This can be swapped out for the Mass Saiyan, that's a 5-drop that clears the board of anything besides blockers. It gives you up to 5 energy that you can destroy. So it's really good for like a veggie package, which I do run in my side deck. But the Time Patrol Trunks I like in this deck because it does give you the chance to draw. So it's Overwhelm 3. When you play this card using Overwhelm, choose 2 cards from the top of your deck, look at them, choose up to 1 of them, add it to your hand, the other one, then place the remaining cards at the bottom or top of your deck in any order. So you could add no cards to your hand and just throw them both at the bottom if they were garbage, but most of the time you're going to draw at least 1 card. So, 2 Scientist Foos. So, tap 1, Overwhelm 7. Double Strike, when you play this card using Overwhelm, draw 2 cards. Simple, Double Strike, draw 2 cards, more hand power. That's mainly what he's used for it, and a little pressure with a Double Strike. Okay, now we're on to the extra cards. I run 4 Whis Coercion. So, negate the attack, then choose 1 card, one of your energies, switch it back to active mode. Essential for any blue deck, has to run Whis Coercions. Another essential card for blue decks, Senzu Bean. So everyone knows what that does, but choose one of your cards. It gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. So great defensively. Then choose up to 2 of your energies and switch it back to active mode. So a lot of times I do use this on the offensive as well too, if I'm trying to bring out, say, multiple Ultra Instincts like on top of each other, or with a Kaioken. I'll show you that as well. And I do run 2 Mafubas as well. That's the last card in the deck. Tap 2 and negate the attack, and then place this card over the attacking card. At the end of your opponent's next turn, this card goes to the drop area, and only this card. So it's great to stop any cards that are really busting you up with, say, really high power cards. Any boss monsters like the Cell, Cooler, anything that doesn't have barrier, this thing stops them for basically 2 turns. So now I'll show you the little combo here with the engine. So right now I'm just going to show you how to play the deck first turn. So let's say I mulligan, got 2 Kind Saiyans in my hand, so kind of best case scenario. Uses effects, so I got to drop 1 to the drop area. So place my card in the drop area, place 2 cards from my energy, from my life to my energy. Okay, great, we got those 2. Tap 1, Kind Saiyan. Surge, surge, surge. I find an Onslaught. Tap. This time, find Ultra Instinct. You can also search for the Onslaught again, that works too. So with this deck, you kind of really want to end early to stop a lot of decks, like control decks, anything spams the board a lot. So then you have those 2 there, turn passes, come back, let's just say, put another energy down. Okay, now this turn, we got 3 energy and it's only second turn. Gonna tap 3 for the Ultra Instinct, for the Rapid Onslaught, and I'm gonna peel 1 life, throw in my drop area. He's got critical. I can choose to swing, depending on what matchup you are. You might want to keep that upright just in case they already got something big out. a lot of the times, turn 2, they're not going to have anything out, and you're going to have a 20k double strike crit. So, next turn comes, restand, 3, now we're at 4. So, place down another energy. So there's 2 things you can do here. You can either tap 3, play another onslaught, and you gotta just hope that you have a sensu bean in your hand, where you can tap 1, untap 2. Because for Ultra Instinct, it does require 2 blue energy, and requires a drop from your hand. But another thing that I like to do too, if I don't have the 2 onslaughts in my hand, I play him over top, and then bounce everything back, swing. So last turn, say they took 2 damage, so they were at 6. Now they're at 3 if they can't negate. Then what I like to do is play Kaioken Son Goku. So all you have to do is drop 1 card for him. You don't need to pay any energy. And I rip 2 life. When I rip 2 life, what that does, switches him back to active mode. So now he's in active mode. I can choose to swing again, which depends on how much life you have. I have 3, so what I'm going to do, put some pressure, swing on them again. They're going to either, most of the time, they will negate it. So they'll negate it, or they'll awaken and combo it out. Perfect, whatever. They wasted some combo cards. Draw 2 more life. Restand. Now they're probably still at 3 life. You can swing again with him, but what I like to do is, if I have another Ultra Instinct in my hand, which a lot of times you can have Ultra Instincts in your hand still, tap 2, throw the Ultra Instinct on top, pop everything back, because you can evolve back onto him, because with him, it's place 1 card on a 7. With the Ultra Instinct, it's place 1 card from your hand to the drop area on 1 blue Son Goku with an energy cost of 5 or more. And 9 is a lot more than 5, so that still counts. Bounce everything back. Usually by this time they won't have any more energy to counter with. Just gotta remember, this is turn 3, so this is a lot of pressure up front. You hit with the triple strike, and it's game over. Won a lot of games like that. So the beauty with this deck is by turn 3, you can win with that combo or the Rapid Onslaught combo as well too, where you just play 2 Rapid Onslaughts and then evolve 1 into an Ultra Instinct and feed it through that way. I do like this way better just because a lot of people don't expect the Kaioken Son Goku. The only problem with this deck is you can't pull that Kind Saiyan first turn. It does make it a lot slower, where you have to put up the Kais instead and try to like bait them out, or just kind of stall out the duel until you can either pull out the onslaughts, because it's not like you can play this card for its hard cost, because you can only have up to 6 energy. So 7 energy, you have to evolve it. There's no other way, unless you have one of these out on the field. But the problem with evolving, not evolving him, is you don't get his auto effect, which bounces everything back. So that is the main combo you want to hit with the deck, is Kind Saiyan into the Onslaught, into the Ultra Instinct, and if you are lucky and pull a Kaioken, which a lot of times you can, you Kaioken Kards. And then you throw the Ultra Instinct back on top, and that's almost a guaranteed win for you, because that's turn 3. They're not going to be able to do anything else unless they got like a bunch of blockers on the field, which I don't know what deck apes. They have to be a little farther along to have that many blockers on field. So here's a whole shot of the deck. It's a little bright up there at the top. But if you have any questions, any comments, anything you want us to throw in this deck, just leave it down in the comment section below. And of course, if you like this profile and you're looking to see many more, like and subscribe, helps us out a lot. Right now we got a couple on the back burner. Right now I'm trying to make a Universe 7 Frieza deck, which will involve these 2 cards there. I'm sure it'll be pretty interesting, and I think it will be even better than this deck. So, we also got some duels coming up as well too, which we're going to feature on the channel, and a little surprise for you guys that you guys will probably enjoy. So, thanks for watching, and until next time.